G'day everyone, Average Alexis here, hoping you're having a good one. And for all the women out there, happy International Women's Day. I'm a little bit late to the train, that was a few days ago, but having celebrated International Women's Day recently brings me to today's My Opinion Mondays. It was originally going to be my opinion on women's versus men's sport. I play basketball and I was going to go on about how men's sport is more celebrated than women's sport and it should just be the same thing and all that sort of thing. But I was at work on Friday and I had an itchy boob. Okay, the top of my chest right here, I don't know if you can see, right here was itchy, so I scratched it. And I kid you not, four people looked at me with these glares on their faces like, how dare you touch your boob in public? I was itchy, for crying out loud. Give me a break, okay? Men can scratch their chest all they want or scratch their balls all they want. Disclaimer, I'm going to be swearing in this video. And also disclaimer, this isn't meant as bad towards men at all. This is just, you'll understand soon, hopefully. But yeah, I scratched my boob. I get looked at funny for rubbing my nose, okay? Like, it's... And guys can do whatever they want. Guys can pick their nose in public and people don't look at them funny. It's just... It brings me to the question that I wanted to ask people today. I came up with it today at work while I was standing there and I was remembering what happened on Friday at work. And I wanted to ask other people because I wanted to get other people's opinions on this matter, not just mine. I'll give you my thing first when I tell you what the question is, but yeah, I asked other people this time, so it's not just me talking about myself. But yeah, the question that I asked was, as a woman, what is something you wish you could do as freely as a man? Okay. My answer to that question is I'd like to be able to eat anything. I'd like to be able to eat a big piece of steak without having people look at me funny when I go out. I'd like to be able to order a large Big Mac meal without getting judged by everyone around me going, oh my god, why are you eating that much food? You're a girl, be more ladylike. Screw you, okay? I'm hungry, alright? I want a fucking Big Mac, alright? I don't want to feel like a salad. Some days I will want a salad, some days I'll want to get myself some Subway, but sometimes you just feel like having a large Big Mac meal, okay? And I don't want to be judged for my eating habits. I want to be able to eat whatever I want. I want that to be the same as men. This video is in no way meant to put men down. It's just me expressing and some of my friends expressing what they wish that they could do that men can do. There's some things in here, I'll explain them a bit more in detail when I say them, but yeah. So I asked my female friends today their opinion. So I asked them the same question and my friend Kayla said she'd like to be able to drink without being judged. So I asked her what she meant by that because I don't really drink alcohol. I'm not 100%. I never really got into drinking alcohol, but hey, whatever. If you want to drink, go for it. I don't care. But yeah, she said that more often than not, if it comes down to it, she would like to drink a beer over a cocktail or a fruity girly drink or something like that. And she said that she gets judged for it because she likes to drink a beer. And you see it all the time in movies. Girl always orders like a Cosmo or something like that. And the best example I can think of it, where it was like, everyone was like, oh my god, shocker, was in Center Stage, Turn It Up, where the guy says to her, let me guess, you want a Cosmo? And she looks at him and then takes his beer off of him and takes a sip of his beer. And he's like, oh, okay then. Like, it's this big thing. Like, that shouldn't be a big thing. You should be able to drink whatever you want. It's just, that's a little bit ridiculous, okay? So, Kayla, go drink whatever you want. If you want to have a beer, girl, go have a beer. Who cares, okay? That shouldn't be something you should be judged for, alright? The next person, Steph, I asked her and straight up, she was like, pee in public. I was like, what? And I'm in my head, I'm thinking, do you mean like the urinals or... My dog's barking, sorry. I was like, do you want a urinal in the restaurant? You don't want to have to close the door when you go to pee? I don't understand that one. And she said she has a very small bladder, so she'd like to be able, so my example of it, say if you're driving down a highway, oh my my gosh. What are you barking at? Crazy dog. If you're on a really long trip and you really need to pee and there's nowhere to go, you could pull over the side of the road and a guy can just walk 20 paces and pee in a bush and nobody's gonna bat an eyelid. And if a girl tries to do that, all hell would break loose if anyone saw her. Like, oh my god, why are you peeing in a bush? Blah, 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 blah. Like, come on, guys. Things just need to be equal, okay? If I need to pee on a road trip and the best I've got is bush, then who cares, okay? Just let me do what I want to do. Alright? Next person was Christina. She said she'd like to be able to walk around without a shirt on. I personally would not like to walk around without a shirt on. I'm not that comfortable with myself. I'd like to be able to walk around without a bra on. The whole free the nipple movement has been around for a while now, and I completely agree with it. It's like, just because we have extra tissue and fat on our chest to what a man does, all of a sudden it's taboo and you can't look at anything. Like, it's ridiculous the things that women can't do in regards to their boobs. Like, again, that comes to my story where I scratched my boob because it was itchy and I got glared at because how dare you? Don't touch those. Like, fuck off, okay? That's all I can say to that. But yeah, I live in Townsville where it's perpetually summer. Trust me, it's really hot here. And guys walk around in board shorts, no shoes, and no shirt. Okay, and sometimes there are some days when a woman just doesn't want to wear a bra and doesn't want to put the effort in, okay? So I get where you're coming on from, Christina. I probably would never not wear a shirt in public. Not at that level, but yeah, it's just something that should be the same. It's not, I don't get why these things are different and all that sort of thing. The next one was a little bit more serious. Jacinta gave me this answer, and she said she'd like to go places alone without worrying. And I know this isn't one that's just for women. I know this is for men as well. There's the fear of being raped, abused, all that sort of thing. Again, this is definitely not just a female one, but it is more so leaning towards the female side. It happens to men, but not as much as it happens to women. And I feel terrible for everyone that it has happened to, because we shouldn't live in a world where that sort of thing happens. Like, I'm roughly 5'10", I think it is, 5'10", and I'm a bigger girl, so I shouldn't be afraid to walk down my street at 5 o'clock in the morning with my dog, because that's when I can take her for a walk and be scared of every person running past me. Like, that's not something that should be happening. And most people would possibly stay away from me because I am bigger, but Jacinta, she's only short. Jacinta's like half my size, so I can understand why she would be scared to go somewhere alone, because there's always that lingering thing in the back of your head, because there's all those stories on the news and all that sort of thing about it. And it's not a nice feeling to not even be able to walk down your street without being afraid of getting abducted, or not abducted, but getting pulled into a bush. And it's not a pleasant feeling, and it shouldn't be one that we have. That's not something that's men's fault. None of this is anybody's fault. It's just the way society is, and it shouldn't be like that. But that was one of the more serious ones, and like, looking at Jacinta, I can understand why she would feel that way, because she is a shorter person, so, and she's small, and you can have all the self-defense classes in the world, but sometimes panic just gets you, and I don't wish that fate on anyone, and it shouldn't be something that's a reality. Like, I should be able to walk my dog at 5 o'clock in the morning without being scared, okay? I should be able to walk down a street to get somewhere without being afraid that someone's gonna pull me away or anything like that. So that was one of the more serious ones. There's two that are kind of serious. The next one is one that I hear quite a lot. If you ever ask a girl what's something she wished she could do like a guy, And Jess said she would like to be able to pee standing up. It's not one that I'm overly concerned about, being able to pee standing up or not, because you see how bad guys aim, right, Jess? It's possibly part of the reason why their bathrooms always smell really bad. I don't know. But yeah, she said she'd like to be able to pee standing up, and I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, that's one that, again, like, I suppose if public restrooms were more clean, we wouldn't be so inclined to want to pee to standing up, but yeah, that was another one that I asked. It also would be a lot easier, but such is the way we were created. Gabby said, and this one was really funny to me, Gabby said she would like to be able to slut it up without getting a bad name for it. Now, on the one hand, you guys get congratulated for sleeping with like 20 girls in a month or something like that. Whereas a girl, she gets shunned, it's taboo, you don't do that and all that sort of thing. Like, can everyone be equal, please? Can it just all be the same? This is me just saying equality and equal over and over and over again. But yeah, so again, not something I would do, but people should be allowed to do what they want, as long as it's not crazy. So something like that, where it's an example, something like that where men are congratulated for it and women are looked down upon it for the exact same thing. That's what bothers me, is like with my whole incident of scratching my chest. A guy could scratch his balls, for crying out loud, and not get looked at sideways. But itchy boob, no, you can't do that. Like, seriously, people. The next one was another one of the more serious ones, not for the same ways that Jacinta's was, but this answer was from Sarah. She said, not having to have the perfect image, so not having, like, it's not okay to go out without makeup on and your hair looking absolutely perfect, and there are some days where you don't want to make the effort. I don't have any makeup on today, and I probably look terrible because I am starting to get sick. Yeah, the week that I'm about to start filming every single day is when I get sick. But, like, and it's partially social media's fault for telling us, you know, you need to have this, you need to have this, you need to be this, and all that sort of thing. And again, it's not just men, it's not just women, sorry. It's men as well. There's a certain image that, you know, there's the perfect image for a guy having abs and muscles and all that sort of thing. Nobody is ever created the same. Everyone's perfect in their own way. If you feel like you want to change something about yourself and you want to do it for you, go for it. But don't ever try and change anything because someone else is telling you to. Like, I'm currently trying to lose weight because that's what I want to do. Okay, that was my choice, not anybody else telling me that I needed to. So the whole perfect image, there's no such thing as perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. We can all try as hard as we want, but it doesn't exist. So just be you, be yourself and all that sort of thing. There's the perfect image, it doesn't exist. Okay, everything that you think you see that's perfect has been touched up or airbrushed or that sort of thing. Just, we shouldn't have to be concerned about wearing makeup every day and having our hair perfect all the time, because sometimes you just don't want to put the effort in and your heart isn't in it, and you end up looking bad anyway. Like, it's just let people do what they want. But yeah, to end this off, I thought I'd end up with a really funny one. Well, funny to me because it's so true, and so many other girls out there are going to agree with me on this, but Caitlin said, and she straight up, like, I walked away from her because I had to go clock off and all that sort of thing. And I came back and she's like, I've got it. Pockets in clothes. Like, how is that a thing that we have to worry about? Women's clothing is not, like, you get the back pockets, but that's it. Like, very, very rarely do women have pockets in their clothes. These fake little things are so freaking annoying because I go to put my hands in my pockets and there's no pockets there, okay? And the only pockets you've given me are the pockets that are on my ass. So, and the thing is, if I put my hands down those pockets, people are gonna look at me funny because they'll think I'm touching my ass. So none of this should be happening. It can't be that difficult. It's a piece of material like this big. Clothing companies, please put pockets in women's clothing. We need somewhere to put our phone, our keys, and that isn't a handbag. Sometimes handbags aren't always convenient. Pockets are convenient, okay? So if you could give us pockets, that would be fantastic. But I want to I wanted to end this on a slightly happier one. But yeah, the reason this is Women versus Men Part 1 is because I want to ask, like I said, this isn't just about my opinion, this is everyone's opinion. I know it's called My Opinion Mondays, but I want to get everyone else's opinion as well. And that was what a bunch of different other people said about this question. So I want to flip the question and I want to ask, as a man, what is something you wish you could do as freely as a woman? So I'm gonna ask a bunch of my guy friends. If there's any guys out there watching this, let me know in the comments below what you would like to be able to do that women can do and you are seen as not being able to do it. Because yeah, as far as I'm concerned, everything should just be equal pay, equal rights, all that sort of thing. Like women, men, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, you should just have, there are little things, like trivial things, that you should have the right to be able to do without getting looked at. I should have the right to be able to scratch my chest in public without being looked at funny, okay? I should be allowed to order a giant portion of chicken parmigiana from the Italian restaurant and not be looked at funny because I can finish the whole thing in one go, okay? It's just, there are certain things that we just should be able to do without people judging us for it. And I know it's human nature to judge, but sometimes I wish it wasn't. So that was my opinion on Women versus Men Part 1. Next week will be Part 2, once I've gathered my answers together from my guy friends. But yeah, that's a wrap for this video. Thanks heaps for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. Believe in yourself and be you, and I will catch you in the next one. Who is ready for daily uploads excluding the weekend? Not really me. Bye guys. See you tomorrow. Oh, you will too. That's right. Uploads every day except for the weekend now. Get excited. Yay. Bye guys.